Rock, blues, reggae, Latin funk with a double neck Gibson guitar cranked to 11 at any live Big Sugar show you have ever been to. Gordie Johnson, lead singer, joins me. Gordie, how are ya?
I'm good.
Good. So there's a few things we want to talk about. Heated, that album just celebrated its 25th anniversary.
That's correct.
And now you guys are going to breathe some life into 500 Pounds. And that album came out in 1993. So it's good that this one is getting more breath breathed into it. Jack White is just put something on your social media too. You guys are working with Third Man Records, his company. Is that where you press the vinyl?
Yeah, well, that was, the whole thing was their idea. They reached out to us about a year ago, just out of the blue. So all of a sudden we were getting a phone call from Jack's cousin saying, hey, Jack was a fan in high school and loves your band. We'd really like to press vinyl on this record. We're like, what? What are you even talking about? So, note to self, you don't know who's in the room and you don't know what they're going to grow up to be, because apparently Jack heard us back in 1993. He was still in high school and came to a show, bought our record at the show, and loved it, and it just kind of leaves me scratching my head. And I met him probably 1995. I think he was playing in a band called Goober and the Peas, and he was the drummer, and he was just this crazy, like, vampire-looking kid playing drums. I thought, wow, man, this guy's commitment level's really high,
Yeah.
And it's decades later to have that flashback and go, oh my God, yeah, you just never know where everyone's going to end up.
Yeah, that's wild. And the post that he just put on today talks about this frosted blue cover vinyl. And it's going to have a bonus 7-inch record at the Third Man Records storefront. So is this the Nashville Third Man Records or the Detroit Third Man Records?
Oh, I mean, that's their empire. They've got places in London, England, Detroit, and Nashville.
Right.
We've been to the Detroit place a couple times. It's where the vinyl factory is, and they did the remastering there, and the artwork and stuff, and all the people there are just great. It's a great hang. I love stopping there on my way through Detroit always.
I'd go into the bike and watch shop beside it.
Oh yeah, I've gone in there. They make a really good espresso there.
Oh, do they?
I'm telling you.
Oh
yeah,
try.
Shinola. Yeah, no, you can get a good cup of espresso at Shinola for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. So what was the process like? How long did that take from when they asked you to do that to make it all come to fruition?
I think it's been about a year, if I'm not mistaken, just because it's sort of been it's just been sort of a casual conversation. I get the sense that, that record company doesn't operate like other record companies. They just do the stuff they want to do. They only release records if Jack digs it. So it really is, to me, it's the place with the most integrity, just in terms of, every track on a record's been vetted and listened to and admired by the people that make it. So even the people that work in the vinyl factory, they take turns from their workstation listening back to vinyl that they've pressed to make sure it sounds good. So everyone who's listening, everyone who's making and manufacturing the records loves what's on the vinyl the same. I mean, they don't expect you to buy it if they don't also love it. So to me, it's just the greatest compliment as an artist you could ever get, is to have someone like that say, hey, your record fits in with this family of records. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. And for any music lover that hasn't been to Third Man Records, it's a place you must see. And the one in Detroit, you actually get to see their whole press system they have it so you can look through the windows and see records getting pressed. And sometimes they tell you which ones are going through.
Oh, yeah. I was there and they were pressing some Miles Davis one day. They're like, wow, nice for you guys. Look at that. They're pressing a Miles Davis record today. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So cool.
Oh, you know what happened? The same week as this Jack White thing, Joe Satriani talked about me in a video.
Oh, really?
Wow, it's just guys from completely opposite ends of the spectrum. Yeah, made it for a pretty cool week.
That is a cool week. So the tour that you're going on, and I love how you have it on your website too. So it's the poster that you click on to buy the tickets. You're going to be coming our way. You're doing a bunch of Canadian dates, starting in Alberta and making your way east.
Yeah, and dates keep coming up all the time. So folks should definitely keep in touch. Just, go to our website or just keep watching for more show announcements, because they're coming up, especially now. Things are starting to ramp up now that this record is going to be released, and people are definitely taking an interest. So they'll be adding more shows every week, I think.
Okay, and so this is a 2-set theatrical presentation, stories of your whole career is what I'm reading?
We really want to celebrate 500 pounds, so we will play the album in its entirety.
Awesome.
We'll do a 2-set. Instead of having an opening act, we'll do a 2-set presentation where we play the entire 500 pounds album with clothes from that era, with guitars from that era, and really try to, like you said earlier, breathe life into that record and into that material. We'll play some other songs that maybe aren't on the record, but if anyone who had seen us back in 93, 94, 95, there's a lot of songs that we'll put in the set that we would have been playing back in that time. And then we'll do a second set with a whole set change and instrument change and play stuff from the rest of our catalog.
Awesome. And so the Hugo Boss suit might make an appearance.
Yeah. There'll definitely be some shirts and ties going to the dry cleaner.
It's really exciting, and I'm so glad that you took the time to talk about this, and best of luck with your tour. We can't wait to see you live in concert. Big Sugar and Gordie Johnson, thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure.